I'm Judy Shaw for NYSE Floor Talk. Joining me today is Ryan McCarthy, who is the Secretary of the U.S. Army. Ryan, thank you so much for joining me.
It's exciting to be here. Thanks for having us.
So you were sworn in as the 24th Secretary of the Army this past September. Tell me what your responsibilities are as the Secretary.
So in layman's terms, I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the U.S. Army. My job is to organize, train, and equip the force for worldwide deployment in support of national objectives.
Tell me a little bit about your career journey. You started as an Army Ranger, and now you are the Secretary. Tell me about that.
Commissioned in the infantry over 25 years ago, and served in the Army's 75th Ranger Regiment. Was one of the first 400 people on the ground. We invaded Afghanistan back in 2001, and went into business. I worked at HSBC for a couple of years, and then went back into government, serving in both the Bush and Obama administrations for Secretary of Defense Robert Gates. I was his Deputy Chief of Staff, and then was recruited to come back into government after a 6-year stint with Lockheed Martin by James Mattis to be first the Undersecretary of the Army, which is the COO, and then was promoted last summer to become the Secretary. So it's been a lot of fun, done a lot of different things, and but it's been a heck of a ride, and I've enjoyed every minute of it.
That's great. Okay, so the President, he just released his full year 21 budget. Tell me about the Army's priorities with the budget spend.
So it's trying to strike the balance with meeting worldwide demand. We have 180,000 soldiers deployed in 140 countries. We have to essentially modernize our force. Our weapon systems are 45, 50 years old, our armored vehicles and helicopters. So we can't engineer another ounce out of these things. We don't have another letter in the alphabet to upgrade them to. So we're in the midst of a major transformation of our weapon systems, but also adjusting the disposition of our force by having more training exercises in Southeast Asia as well as in Europe. So there's not much we aren't doing, and really the sun never sets on the U.S. Army.
How about recruitment? What are you doing to recruit the next generation of soldiers?
So this is really tough, 3.6% unemployment, to try to continue to get 65 to 70,000 new young men and women recruits to come through the door every year. We've changed our strategy. We're going to the 22 cities in the country. We're getting out. Myself and other senior leaders are meeting with civic leaders, asking for the help of mayors and superintendents of schools to help us get the message out about the tremendous opportunity that exists for young men and women to be in the Army. 150 different operational specialties, tuition assistance, we'll send you to graduate school. So it's a lot more than just jumping out of airplanes and kicking down doors. We have the scientists that work in our research and development command. They're the ones that really helped us beat SARS, deal with the Ebola crisis. So the U.S. Army is an extraordinarily dynamic organization that can do a vast amount of things.
Thank you so much for joining me, Ryan.
Thanks, Judy.
That's Ryan McCarthy, the Secretary of the U.S. Army.